So, we're here to talk about Whiplash, which is the new movie by Damien Chazelle, who you've never heard of. It's based on a short that he wrote and directed of the same name. Yeah. So Whiplash stars Miles Teller as this young drummer who starts at a conservatory program, and JK Simmons is the professor who, like, everybody wants to be in his class, right? It goes full center stage. It's like, I want to be in that class, but I'm too young.
I just watched Center Stage over the weekend.
Yeah.
That's weird.
And so he gets in, and it's the most intense, crazy experience of his life, and it is do you have the will and drive and crazy amount of crazy to be the next, like, who's the pinnacle of to be Miles Davis?
My initial reaction to the movie was, it's delightful. And then you go back and remember about the movie, it's not actually delightful.
No.
It's really harsh and super intense.
It's one of those, like, young artist movies about, like, how much dedication, like putting aside anything that has to do with your personal self to put it into this art form. It's one of those, it's almost Black Swan-y, right? Like, when it goes into those sentiments. So it's not delightful
at all.
in really any way.
But you come out of it going, I mean...
Yes, Miles Teller.
Exactly.
Go.
Also, Miles Teller, you are incredible. He is such an amazing actor, and, like, it's so clear why he keeps getting role after role after role, because he just continues to completely lose himself in the role. You forget that you're watching a movie. You forget that you're watching an actor. He's amazing. And there's something that's so raw about him as a character. You see his drive, you see his dedication, because he did put that much into the film itself. They shot for 19 days. There was no time for him to not be great, to not be on.
And the only likable character is Paul Reiser, who plays his dad. If you don't remember Paul Reiser, he's the star of Mad About You, and he's awesome. But both Miles Teller and JK Simmons are able to humanize these very sort of dark and complicated people into people that you relate with, and into feelings that are difficult to deal with, but so they're not likable, but you understand them, and so you end up rooting for Miles Teller, and to some degree, you end up understanding where JK Simmons is coming from. My only disappointment with this movie, to be honest, is that the way it was marketed, I thought it was a JK Simmons movie and not so much a Miles Teller movie. And so I think a couple weeks ago when Clint and Christina and I did the fall preview for October, I was talking about how this could have been like remember, what was that, the, like, happy drumming, The Visitor, a couple years ago?
Yeah, kind of.
With Richard Jenkins. It was like the Richard Jenkins moment, right? Like, Richard Jenkins is in every movie and everybody knows who he is, but nobody quite remembers his name, and he's never the main guy. So I thought this was gonna be this, like, big JK Simmons moment where he got to play something different from what he usually plays, and it was gonna be this special thing. And JK Simmons plays a character that we've all seen JK Simmons play before. He's the drill sergeant, he's the asshole, but this takes such a personal view on that character that it allows him to be a lot more three-dimensional, and it does give JK some range to play. It is a Miles Teller movie. This is a movie we've all seen before, but it takes a perspective on it that I don't think a lot of movies take in general. I think it's a little controversial for some people, especially from the parenting angle, the whole, like, is everybody special, and the conversations that are happening about, like, the mediocrity of the American youth. I think it talks about all of that in some really interesting ways. And it's worth seeing, kind of just to see what you think about what it has to say about people who want to be stars.
I mean, this isn't a movie that necessarily has, I mean, yeah, there's the happy ending moment, but the amount of intensity that goes into getting to the point of the happy moment at the end, it's almost asked the question of, was it worth it? So let us know in the comments below what you guys thought of Whiplash.
Hit like and subscribe, let us know what you think in the comments, and tune in to CineFix now for more movie news all the time.
After I saw this movie, I tried to go find some jazz.
I did want to go listen to some smooth jazz.
No, I literally called up a friend.
Not smooth jazz, like crazy jazz.
Yeah.
Like